Hey, I decided to make this video on my Yerfdog spiderbox. I thought I was through with all my modifications, but after my last ride I decided I need reverse. You can see that in the video Hunter and the Hoonigan at Slade's Park. Anyway, I plan on putting the reverse box here in place of my driver pulley, in which I'll have to remove this Go Power Sports torque converter and plate. I'll try to make a video of that throughout, or at least upon completion. As you can see, I removed the 150cc stock engine and I put a 420cc Predator. It has a stage 1 kit, as well as I removed the governor and put in 50-pound valve springs so that my valves wouldn't float. Pretty straightforward as long as you can adjust your valves when you're done. Not a big deal. Runs great, really strong. Modified this stock muffler pipe header so that it did not point out the back, it points to the side, as you can see. Then I bought this other cheap muffler off eBay. Works really well. Some of the other modifications I've done is change the back tires. Kept the same rims. I did change the front rims and tires. It came with 15 by 6. They are now 19 by 8 by 7s. 19-inch tires, 8-inch rims, 7 inches wide. Gives the front end probably an additional 1.5 to 2 inches of lift. Also, I've put brand new heavy-duty ball joints on it. Makes a huge difference. There's no more slop in the steering. Brand new shocks. Really happy with those. Nice and soft, or you can adjust them depending on your preference. They worked really well, as you can see again from the video. They actuate really nice and soften the ride quite a bit. Also, another modification I've done myself was I cut more notches into the steering rack to compensate for the very limited steering. It used to stop about there. Now I have plenty. Happy with that as well. Also, I've added 4-point racing harnesses for safety and comfort. They work really well. Put on a wider axle. That really helps with the stance for stability and a better footprint all around. Has new brakes all the way around, new caliper, new disc. I do also have a brand new stainless brake line with banjo ends on it that I got off eBay as well. Haven't put that on yet. Brand new master cylinder. It does have electronic ignition. Instead of moving the box up front like I've seen from some of the other videos, I simply ran a kill switch to the stock location by way of this wire loom. Keeps everything nice and tidy to the original buttons up front. That is the starter button, which I simply ran from the starter solenoid back to a kill switch, in this case just the ground. Also, the stock on-off switch I simply ran from the oil sensor back to a ground, which kills the motor. That's a safety issue as well, so I can sit in the passenger seat. If I have a child driving, I can kill the motor. One of the other modifications are the pedals. I try to come up with a clever way that I can operate the vehicle myself as well as a child driving without having to swap back and forth or adjust anything. This worked out pretty well. One of the best modifications I like is this handbrake. I can operate the brake while sitting in the passenger seat. I've taken the driver's seat out just so you can see the modification. This came out of a '99 Civic. You flange where it mounts worked perfectly for the bar frame on the go-kart. All I had to do was drill 2 holes. No real modification needed. I simply took a piece of 1/2-inch round bar stock, drilled 2 holes to this angle iron. Then on the end, I drilled through 2 holes, one here, one on the other side, to keep the thing from slipping out. As you can see here, I used part of the same adjustment from the brake lever, welded a bolt, created a link, welded to the bar. Over here, simply a hook. As you can see, if I operate the parking brake, it grabs the bar, the existing stock linkage to the master cylinder, to the front brake. This is ratcheted, which is really nice. I can hold it up if I'm getting on and off my trailer. I don't have to worry about it rolling back. Then of course, if I simply push the brake itself, it doesn't interfere with the parking brake. I really like the solution I came up with. Works really good. I think that's all the modifications I have to show for now. Really happy with this thing. Has plenty of power, plenty of torque, a lot of fun. I'll try to show more on my next video when I switch over to the reverse. Thanks for viewing. Happy builds.